Hello and welcome to this full moon energetic update under the December full moon 2024. I'm just catching and sharing the link as you are finding us here. And you can participate in the first part of the energy work. As an energy worker, the field will take care of it if you haven't tried before, and to ensure that we contribute each and every one of us the best way. So it'll kind of go by itself. You can participate instead as a contribution to the mutual energy that's created when we are together in the new era field of consciousness. And you can just sharing the link here. And you can be here as a witness and to receive. We have two parts. In the first part, we will open the field of love and light and take the lists with the people and the places that we would like to support with love and light and bring them in. And if you are doing it yourself, you do it by focusing on them and holding them there for a while together here. So just put up the link. To ensure that you can find me here. Here and there and everywhere. Yes. I can see you finding me here. So let's do it. Let's open. So if you are contributing to the field of love and light as an energy worker, it's a good idea to use your intention. Yes, I agree upon contributing here. Breathe and allow yourself to step in. The energy is strong. It's already added. And then you are focusing on the list with the people and the places you would like to support with love and light. Imagining the field of love and light and that you are carrying them in, or you can ask within for me to support you in doing so. If you have difficulties in containing your focus during the energy work. Breathe, soft, deep. Now the people and the places that we are focusing on to be given love and light, they are receiving. And if it's somebody who accept and agreed consciously to be with us here, it will be like a healing. But if it's somebody you know that you haven't asked, haven't agreed, then it will be more like a ray of light from sun that just reached them, and somebody smiling or holding the door, and then they can take it in as it suits them. Well, this is the same in another level and other vibrations, but same. So you're offering them the possibility, and then they are bringing it in by themselves. I think we need to share it. One more. One more time, one more place. In my Danish side as well. here. It's here. And then let's share it here as well. In my Danish post. Oh, sorry. A lot of things going on today because today is also my birthday. So, yeah. Okay, it's working. And when the love and light have supported the people, the places that we focusing on, that we are providing this possibility, when we have done our part of the job, light beings, light creatures, light spirits enter us and take over. It's actually their job, but the human possibility to create negativity makes it difficult for them to do their job. So we're just cleaning up for them to get access. And how beautiful it is. And for you who enters here from my Danish tribe, my Danish followers, my Danish groups, we will meet in the evening with the Danish energy work under the full moon. When we soon will be finished with this first part, we will go into the second part where we'll do energy work for the mutual field of Earth people, the new era field of consciousness. If you are an active energy worker here and you participate like this, it's a good idea to actively create a desire to sense yourself and maybe remember yourself. There's an endless amount of energy available in the universe. If you're by saying this, you have a sense of suddenly a release, a relaxation in your system, it was because your system for a moment believed that you were using your own energy, and we are not doing that when we do energy work in the new era field of consciousness. When we do so, we are ensured that we are using our energy system in the way that contributes the best to ourselves and to everything we are, and supporting the fields created by the mutual energy work to deliver the energy work. Yeah. So we are really only carrying the smallest part. But if you are participating, you might sense it because it's really like a workout, a fitness workout for your energy system. It refreshes your energy. It supports you like a massage in your energy system, in your field of consciousness energy. So some people, especially people who work with energy or people who is sensitive to energy, really have a sense of a lot of things going on with them themselves when they are participating as actual active energy workers here. Most of the people and the places that we have put on our lists is now taken over by the light creatures, the light being, the spirits that provides and ensures that we have positive energy surrounding us and access from everything that suits us well and supports us, that it can reach us. It's nearly there. This availability to create negativity is what's changing right now. In these days, from the 12th of December until the 21st of December, there's a shift. The shift in 2012, a lot of people know about that. Opened, as I see it, in the new era field of consciousness, the 5D, 5-dimensional consciousness. And the mutual field of Earth people experience a pseudo levitation of the consciousness onto the 5D that ignites this possibility to do energy work in a level where you use your intention, and it creates a really clean and clear access to energy work, a very pure access to energy work. And since 2012 it have developed. I've been allowed to participate in support of the energy work, traveling all over the world, closing down ancient portals and gates, and support them in reopening in the new era field. They are doing that by themselves when they have access, when it's possible. Really old structures all over the world connected through the cosmic reality has been prepared for these days. So in 2020, we were supposedly opening to the 7D axis and the unification of the mutual field of consciousness of Earth people, but something went wrong because the energy worker didn't catch the axis that opens, that should ensure us to say, I am you and you and me, I am me and you and are you, we are together here. Instead, we continued the path saying, I am right and you are wrong. We are right and you are wrong. So the determined creation of the access by energy worker didn't happen. So another plan opened, and it have been worked upon since. So we are in a kind of a reopening right now that should have opened in 2020, but now it's opening here in 2024. And the days before 12/12, we have an opening where the mutual field of consciousness opened from 7 to 13D, and afterwards it pseudo opened in the mutual field of consciousness of Earth people, and more than 50% of Earth people have joined in, meaning that they're reflecting by themselves in this level, and begins by the access created by usage of technology, like the technology we're using here. They now begin to reflect in the newer field of consciousness. And what that means, I have investigated that with seer visions, voyages, and inner communications and seer capacities, collected and connected these understandings as good as I can. And I'm sharing that in these days as well. You can find the first free webinar, not the best one I have created, but it's the beginning, and then there will be 2 more free open webinars where I'll talk about this shift. It's called the 7D Access to the Wisdom Within. Yeah. Your eternity. 7D access to your eternity and the wisdom within. Okay, so we are supporting this with the energy work, and now the part of it where we were focusing on love and light and contributing to the people and the places on our list for them to have this support that we are providing, and then the light creatures, the light beings, the spirits now take over for the energy work. And slowly we are shifting into the next part, slowly gliding. And again, you can determine, you can decide if you want to be active energy worker, participating in the creation of excess energy, surplus energy, and or receiving, and be curious with that. Here the shift comes. The field expands, and I open some more to the channeling. I work as a channel, and my inner visions, open them to a larger extent as well. Sensing the seriousness. It's really a special time we are here. And a part of me is in joy for this shift. A part of me sense the mass of consciousness that waits for this. A part of me sense the depth of it and how important it is, too much more than we can comprehend, we can understand. And is in joy and bliss with this in a really special way. And at the same time, I sense the seriousness, this determination, this settlement with the work and all the contributions from people all over the world working for this for hundreds, for thousands of years. This being so devoted, so purposely is sensed as well from within. For all the contributions and the ignitions, the awakening that comes right now, it's this soul purpose connection that opens in everybody. The disturbance from the creation of destruction and negative energy that we all carries within release itself in these days and create the new access for all of us. And the energy work we will do, the support for the shift in the mutual field of consciousness today, will support ourselves into this reconnection. So you can use your intention, and the intention opened strongly for each and every one of us in 2012 in December. And it has developed, matured through our development with the technology. Our consciousness has developed like instantly within a few years. So we are catching up on a lack of maturity in our consciousness capacities, and it's expanding with the technology. So the shift we will support today is the shift where our soul purpose connection will connect with the consciousness we're creating with the usage of technology, not only for us, but for all Earth people through the mutual field of consciousness that has been created thousands and thousands years ago in this place. We are in the youngest part of the universe. We are the youngest creatures carrying the capacity from the oldest souls then, and that's really special. This gigantic, enormous capacity can be unfold because of the negativity, but through this shift, it will reopen and go back to the ignition of the first consciousness that is love from within, creating a new secure access to ensure that we will not be able to create negative energy anymore. If we do so, it will not expand, it will not contribute in the mutual fields, not even within our family or with our close ones. In the smaller societies, it will only be the positive creation of negative energy. Yes, so if we're creating negative energy, it will only be the part of it that supports the positive creation of consciousness and reality that will be traveling through our mutual fields and reaching every one of us. So the negative energy that supports us negatively, that creates destruction and disturbance, will not be able to travel anymore, will not be able to reach each other. So this is a really huge shift. You can sense it within yourself. If you sense a connection with this right now, you can allow it to open from within, and then you can investigate it the next couple of days and weeks to come. That's how my work have been unfolding since 2012, working full-time since December 2013 with energy work and consciousness. And this creation of the new era consciousness possibilities. Here we go. Your access to this reconnection opens here. Allow it, allow it, allow it. When it opens through the new era field of consciousness, it's secured. It's ensured that whatever reach you is only the part that was originally prepared for your incarnation and updated to the new reality that we are entering now. This support will support your healthy into stability and availability, that where you can thrive and that you can be at service in your life and with everything that comes by that's important to you. A lot of people sense difficulties with these openings, creating destabilization within themselves and within their life and in the system. This is support to stabilization. Allow it, allow it, allow it. And if you're not prepared for it right now and you think, oh, maybe later on, you can come back and reuse the video, the replay. It will be accessible on my page, in my Facebook group, and in my YouTube channel as well, where you also can find the previous versions of the full moon energetic updates. Okay, here it comes. Opens all of your system at the same time. You're so prepared. Even though we don't know it, we're so prepared for this. Collecting and connecting. So prepared. Relax. I got physical reactions, getting the warmth. It's one of my signs. When you're working with the new era consciousness, fields of possibilities, we can't use these reactions to say what it's about. The reactions is something that shows up, but everything is moving, everything is changing at the same time. So that's just a part of it. I might as well get cold, might as well get a sense of higher vibration, might as well get a blurry eyesight. That's a lot of my signs. But what comes up is just one sign that something is happening. Stay with the sense of your body, your bodily experience, and allow it, allow it, allow it. If something is like putting a pressure from within, or you get annoyed, to consciously sigh, create a couple of sighs. It's a small investigation to see if this is related to the energy work. If the sighs creates a movement, for instance, my warmth is developing now. So when I'm using the sigh to allow my consciousness and the energy to flow more freely, I get more warm. So that's a sign for me that this is related to the energy work. Now my vision is caught and brought to the mutual field of consciousness. I see with my inner vision, I see earth field. And I see the field created by our usage of technology. It's glowing with bright and golden light at the same time, looking like ornaments. If you could see ornaments as circuits, like a motherboard with ornaments, that's how it shows itself. And now I see the same ornaments, but in different patterns, open all over the world, in every person's spherical field of consciousness. The globe that's created when you access a 7-dimensional consciousness that directly in these days opens the 21st of December, it opens to 13D. And 13D is what we can carry into the physical reality with the consciousness. And if this opens, we will be fully supported by the eternal soul that is love and the whole system that supports us to be love, to be creator consciousness instead of destruction. Breathe. And maybe you'll say, I'm not destruction. I do my best to be my best every day. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. And I think most of us do. Most of us do. So the destruction comes in odd ways often. To some people, it comes really easy to see. But to most of us, it's like in the underlying layers, it drags us down, it forces us forward in odd ways. It's where you might think, how can I be so intelligent and so stupid at the same time? That was at least what I thought. I ask myself, and often ask myself. Now I know why. But from pretty young, early 20s, that's what I asked myself. How can I be so intelligent and so stupid at the same time? Because I could see that a lot of my reactions, a lot of my focus, and a lot of my choices weren't as intelligent as I was. And I was kind of dragged into being lesser, the lesser person, the lesser me. What opens now is a capacity, a possibility to reach where we are more. And where we are more in a way that supports us in being more. With a relaxation, a centering, and a way of carrying ourselves from within that is seldom, that is rare in our reality. But if this opening will succeed, everybody will begin to be in that state of consciousness. I see this ornamental pattern open in the spherical field of consciousness of all people around the globe right now. Maybe it's not right now, maybe it's just in the vision to show us what we are contributing with our energy work here. It's beautiful in the vision. I get touched, and I see it as some part of each and every one of us, the subconscious part that search consciousness, the subconscious part that search peace and love and harmony. It's like it's that part where it opens in everyone, and nearly no one is not carrying this wish for this pointing at this guiding star to be peace, love, and harmony, but most in a destructive way, creating a destructive path for Earth people. This ignition, This awakening that I see from within that we're supporting here, that ignites our spherical field of consciousness with this ornament that supports us from 7 to 13D into the opening of access from within, where you sense yourself inside and out. Stop reflecting your lack and reflecting your power, your possibility, your capacities, that opens here as we are supporting it. Expansion, expansion. And the words, the grail of greatness opens. Welcome from hello from Florida. It's a comment, and I welcome. Nice to see you here. We have been going on here for half an hour. I hope you can watch it on replay. We're just into this opening where we're supporting the mutual field of consciousness maturity into the access from 7 to 13D. And you can join in by allowing it with your intention. Maybe since this exaggeration of the part of your consciousness that makes sense. And you are opening the questions. So good, because in a few moments we will release the part of the energy work and allow it to move on, and then we will go into the questions. So that was a good one to start with. And please, if you have any other questions, please put them in the comments, both here when we are online live and on the replay, and I will come back and answer them as good as I can with my SIA channel capacity. A settlement of the reconnection comes here. And I see with my innovation how it's open all over the field. Everybody is joining in with the part of them that subconsciously search for love, peace, and harmony. And the one who's not there yet, it's like the ones they are sharing field where they will carry it for them until. It's really beautiful. The expansion is naturally, it's kind of a lack of maturity in our consciousness that we are catching up with. So it's a natural reaction. And to me, when it opens like this, it's like being able to breathe freely. It's like releasing a burden. And as I see in the energy work in these weeks and months, the energy work in southern France and in Greece last month, I saw that we are releasing the karmic burden of Earth people at the same time. So what I sense here is a release of the mutual karmic burden that's happening. So when I'm joining into this reconnection, the new connection with my eternal soul that is love, at the same time I sense this release of the karmic burden. And as I see it in my inner vision, I see it all over the globe that every people is now releasing the karmic burden. And that will be kind of a special thing on the 21st of December, this release of the karmic burden and the possibility to go into a new purity, a purification of our consciousness, where we can choose to purificate our consciousness if we want to. Find the better version, find the greater grail within ourselves by choice, by intention. But right now we are in the preparation. So that's what's open here. And as our part is landing, we open to the questions. And the questions normally they open as well, or the answers to the theme that comes with the energy work. So let's see about it. The first question here: what are your thoughts on Mercury retrograde? And my first answer comes from me. And I've seen through the years that these strong descriptions that comes with planetary expressions that's studied and brought in by astrology, that the shift into the new era version, the shift into the 7 to 13D, makes a complete shift in how this will contribute. So in the old era versions, when these enhanced forces of consciousness opens with special planetary constellations, instead of being a disturbance to us, to our consciousness, it will be like fertilizer. It will be like a support for us. So when we are used to being supported in a way where waves will throw us a bit around, create disturbance that's not supporting us so well in our everyday life, it will change. So by instance, this Mercury retrograde, I need to channel that question because I'm not into astrology. That's not my field, that's not my area, sorry, but I can see what the channeling says about it. Mercury retrograde creates conflicting energy related to where we will go. So it's creating opposite components and opposite attractions. In the old era, this opens to struggle, different kind of struggles, different layers, different versions. In the new era versions, this creates the space of understanding. This creates the space of comprehending. It creates the space of listening. Because these contradictions, if you can carry them from within, and they're not creating struggles or disturbances or difficulties in finding which way that's the right one. Instead, it creates the foundation for your creation of the 7 to 13D consciousness that listens and find, what does this show us? Not the middle ground, but what is the unseen path? What is it that we're not seeing here? The Mercury retrograde will support our vision to see what we didn't see, to support the relaxations of disturbances of the struggles within humanity in this earth. I don't know if it makes sense. Somebody who knows more about Mercury retrograde might recognize if it makes sense or not. From within, I've seen this in so many things, so many really old, really important wisdoms that have been carried in through thousands of times, they are kind of transmuting. They are shifting into other versions, and a lot of people are here right now. A lot of souls are here incarnating to support this recreation. And the most important thing when we do so is not to create strides, not to create fights about it, because that's what brought us down 10,000 years ago, and that have been around until now. So be fighting about right and wrong is the old version. The new version is to find the mutual ground, the mutual foundation for wisdom and creation of consciousness. So it can be difficult when old wisdom versions is transmuting and evoluting. No, in evolution in a very small time frame. So people who carry these wisdoms, if they have difficulties in following this huge shifts of consciousness, then they might be struggling and fighting with it instead of uniting. And when we are uniting, it's important to ask the questions. Where's the meeting? What is it that you see that I don't see? What is new here? What is truth? The truth is acknowledged and recognized by it being the same when you are transmuting, when you are developing really fast. Something is another thing tomorrow than it was yesterday. The truth is what's carried in the core of that reality, of that consciousness. The truth will be the same, but just expanded. So how do we find a mutual truth? How do we find the truth where each and every one of us will be expanded at the same time by this truth, by a search for this mutual truth? That's the nature of truth. So it's important when we work with these old wisdoms, when we work with astrology, numerology, dream work, and a lot of different. I don't want to mention them, because it's like if you mention some, then you mention none. So it's like all of them, different civilizations, different versions, different lineage. All of them contributes equally. And the new era people and their consciousness is on a path to contain all of it, and that it's developed really fast into being carried by the one truth. And the one truth isn't here. How can we see that the one truth isn't here? It's not here because we are divided instead of united. As long as we are divided, we are not carrying the one truth. That's a proof. I don't know if it makes sense. Please bring me any more questions if you have some. I sense the energy works so well with us now, and the beauty in the inner visions is showing itself. That everyone on this earth, I see their spherical field of consciousness open to the cosmic globe. If you have heard about the cosmic sun disk or the sun disk is an energy structure that supports our field and a system to carry itself, because we haven't reached that maturity because of our destruction capacity. So the sun disk was brought to us thousands of years ago to support our system to be able to carry the capacity of consciousness that we have the maturity from. If we wasn't destructive in our ways, we wouldn't need the sun disk. So the sun disk has incarnated with us, each and every one of us, and has prepared for this reconnection. It's also carried in different areas, different cultures, to support the field in this area, to contain and to carry consciousness without destruction. And we have a mutual sun disk for Earth people. This sun disk is shifting into the sun globe, the spherical version of the sun disk, and that's what I see now is opening in the mutual field and in every people, and it aligns, every people aligns with the mutual field that expands and aligns with every people that expands, and so on. Next, good question here. How can one get along with a family member when there are past bad memories between the two people? Oh, it's troubled, yeah. Let's see. I go to directly to the channeled answer to that, because I can talk for so long about that. It doesn't make sense in a meeting like this. The access to peace, love, and harmony is the acceptance. So before two people can get better along, it needs to be accepted that there have been these troubled experiences carried in the memories. So that's the first point. Need to be an acceptance of what have happened, and an acceptance that we are not carrying the same reality about what happened. We are not carrying the same reality about how we have lived with this. So the acceptance of something have happened, we are carrying this as some troublesome thing, each and every one of us. Then we need to accept that it's not a mutual reality. It's unique. We are carrying a personal version, each and every one of us. The next is to go into, if we want to create the bridge, do we want to work on creating a mutual reality, or would we like to accept it from there? I accept where we have these difficulties, we have this troubled past memories, and we will never agree upon them because we are not carrying it in the same reality. I accept this, and we are going on with that. We are creating the best path that can be together. We will create a new mutual reality, and it takes a lot of small, soft, not so deep communications. We can work around it. We can create a ground for the meeting and to be together, even with this troubled past memories. If we are entering the choice of creating a new mutual reality, we have to shift between listening to the others, participating, and listening to ourselves. And to do so, we need to be entering that space by ourselves. So both when you're listening to the other's version and you're listening to yourself, you need to be alone. And you need to meet it in yourself in a way where you're not needing somebody to listen to it. You're not needing somebody to affirm that you're right about it. You need to go truly into your meeting with your own version and what you are listening and hearing about their version. it takes a lot of work, and some people will need therapy support if it's really something difficult, if it's really something painful or traumatizing experiences, and you need support. Don't go there by yourself. Go there with somebody else. And go there with somebody experienced and somebody who has the strength to support you without their own intention, their own definition of where you should go with it and how everything is. So you need a support that's know about therapy and that carries the openness for that they're not knowing the truth, your truth either. Then there will be a maturing process to create the mutual reality where you will meet and be together and do something together that you agree upon. And when you are ready in small portions, you'll find out if you should talk about it or if you shouldn't. And it will be difficult, not difficult, it will be different how we are accessing this. So to some it will be really deep, really opening, really huge shift they are creating, and to some it's more like settling things, putting them in the right spots, and then they can live with it. If it's something that's from, you've been this is like answers to if you are in a conflict, if something have happened between you where you sense of being victims or something difficulties within the connection between the two persons. You can also be in this reality in a way where you together have experienced something so difficult to carry that you can't contain it together. This will be kind of the same steps, but at the same time, it's more soft. It's more painful often. It's more accessible. So the painful, you can say the if you have been in a conflict together against each other or in that way inflicted negatively on each other, then it can be equal or more painful, but the accessibility to the pain will be more difficult. When you have experienced something from outside together that have really been troublesome or change your reality, your life, change you in a way that you didn't wish for, you didn't want, then the pain is below the surface. So sometimes if you have difficulties in finding which one, then there's often less of fighting in the version where it's something from outside and more fighting when it's from the inside. This is not something you can say one to one equal always, but and sometimes it's like intertwined, it's both. But what it ends up with is acceptance of different realities, and a choice of how deep you will work with it. If you work with it in a way where you're not communicating about how deep you will work with it, then it will be a really difficult path, because then you will fighting about the depth of the connection. You will find about your truth. You will fight about who should be listening to, who is the victim and who is not. So that's the best answer right now for that. I hope you can use it. And thank you for the questions. And I have also this special line, you can say, with reality when we work with the new consciousness. That's if you have previous life experiences, past life experiences that have been troublesome, then as I see it, the previous life experience we are bringing in here, they are supporting us to open what's difficult from our heritage. So when we have experiences from previous lives, we're bringing them in. They are creating bridges. They are doing a part of this job that I was talking about. The energy works settle now. Maybe you can sense it. It's smoothing. It creates a softness. It creates a support in our access, a lift in the frequencies. This supports us well here. and a Danish congratulation here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for this beautiful meeting. And we will try to share the links with the replay from the first of these free webinars and the how to find the next 2 free webinars to join in. Allow it, allow it, allow it. As it settles, it supports this new connection. That's kind of the original connections to the eternal soul that is love. We're supporting it to be not only accessible by choice, by intention, but supporting it to stay with us. And to some, this can give a little bit of energy hangover. And the energy here as we're landing, they also support the energy hangover to be released. I call it energy hangover because I sense it in the same way as if I have some liquor in any way, and then I have reactions in my system, in my body afterwards. The energy hangover is like actual hangovers, but a bit different. But it's related to the same system that is affected by the hangovers as we know it. But it's related to the huge expansion of the energy field, the energy connections within our energy system. But the energy that lands here supports us in releasing the energy hangovers. It's good. Needed that. Thank you again for participation. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here and connect and support the shift. And please share, like, recommend, whatever, if it sounds right. Hope to see you again, everybody. Bye for now.